Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's 7:15 here in Ireland, and we are here together again for one more talk, for one more conversation with you all about the Spiritist book. And apologies for this scenario, but I have some problems with my desk, and I have to adapt here. So I'm sorry for this. So I hope you listen me okay and everything is okay. So while people are joining us, let's do our initial prayer. And I want to ask for the superior spirits to enlighten ourselves, to help us in order to guide our decisions, guide our mind, help us to achieve our goals, being tuned with the superior spirits, being tuned with our mentors. At the same time, let's send our good vibrations to our brothers and sisters who are in need, thinking about suicide, those who are without shelter. So be it. Amen. Okie dokie. So, uh, as you know, we finished last week the sub item dreams. And this week, we will start with the topic visits among the spirits of the living. And especially today, uh, we will go to from question 413 and we go up to question 455. There are a lot of sub items here, like visits among the spirits living, concealed transmission of thought, coma, catalepsy, apparent death, somnambulism, ecstatic trance, second sight, and theoretical outline of somnambulism, ecstasy, trance, and second sight. So, we will talk all these today. I will just read you one or two questions from each sub-item. Why I'm doing this? First of all, because it's too repetitive. Second, because uh, we do not have enough material to hold one session about it. So I'm going through this, and I hope you can read later. But it's straightforward questions and straightforward answers. That's the reason. And also, I am not too technical to talk about this somnambulism, second sight. I will tell you what I know. No, I tell you what I studied, but I am not too technical to develop something, and at the end I may say something not accurate here, and I don't want I want to avoid such problem. Okay, I hope you're okay. Please just type if you're okay with that, and we can start. So the first question is question 413, in which Kardec asked, the tenet of the emancipation of the soul during sleep seems to indicate that we live two lives simultaneously, that of the body, or the life of parent relationship, and that of the soul, which represents the life of invisible relationships. Is this accurate? Hey, Lou, good to have you here, my dear. Good to have you here. So, I hope it's sunny for you as well. Here's a lot of sun, you can see. I'm sweating here, even though it's 23 degrees, but I'm sweating. Lidiane, my dear, good to have you. It's not hot as Barcelona, but it is hot here. We are now. It is good. It is good. I'm not complaining. So, uh, if we go to question here 30, yeah, no, here's 23, but I'm sweating. If we go to question 84 of the Spirit's book, question 84, question 84, 83, 84. Do spirits encompass a separate world beyond the one we see? And the Spirit says, yes, the world of spirits are incorporeal intelligences. So, in other words, we do have two worlds. One is the corporeal world, the second one is the spiritual world. So, we have two. We have these two. These two complete worlds. They are, you can call it the way you want. It's like they say in the physics, it's another portal. Well, the important thing is we have two words. One word, it is corporeal, material word. The second word, it is the spiritual word. And the main difference between both is the spiritual world, it is the true world, it is where we live. The material world is just a temporary house for ourselves, a temporary discussion for us, a test, or something like this. And these two words, they correlate to each other. Okay? When we sleep, when we sleep, our spirit is free, so they can go to the spiritual world. Okay? That's the way it is the correlation. At the same time, we do have spirits trying to interfere in our material world. Now again, it's how we are tuning. If you're tuning with good spirits, of course you're gonna tune with high vibrations, good vibrations. If you are tuning with angry, if you're angry, if you are put yourself down, of course this will tune yourself with spirits in that category. Okay, so, and how is the relationship in these two words? How is this tuning? It's thought. When you think good things, you will connect with good vibrations as well. When you think bad things, you will connect with bad vibrations. So this is how it works. So the relationship between these two words, it is through thought. Okay? So, and the spirits keep saying here, in the state of emancipation of life, the life of the body gives way to that of the soul. But strictly speaking, there are not two lives. There are rather two phases of the same life. For a man does not live a double life. So it's not live there and live here. It's just one life. It's we have one life and many incarnations. We have one life and many incarnations. Many thousands, billions, I don't know how many incarnations we had and we will have. So I have no, it all depends on you. It all depends how you understand these divine laws, how you understand the nature's laws. It all depends on you, how you approach them, how you focus them, how you deal with this. You know, perhaps you have less incarnations than I, perhaps you need less incarnations than me, but it's up to you how you understand this. What's the difference between you and, let's say, Jesus? What's the difference? The difference it is he had more learning than you. Perhaps he had more incarnations than you, and he achieved a phase in which he can do what he does. And what I'm saying is, you, I, us, we will reach that level someday. I don't know when, I don't know how long, but we will reach that stage. We will be there. And how to achieve, it's your behavior, it is your attitudes, it is how you understand the people surrounding you, how you treat the others, how you really really understood the lessons, the life. That's the difference. This is the difference. Okay, so can keep going here. Can two acquaintances visit each other during sleep? I already said, during the sleep, my spirit is free. So the spirits can meet other spiritual friends. My spirit can meet my wife, my daughters. We can do something, but our spirit is free. So, of course, we can meet acquaintances, we can do missions. Like, for example, for those who are working in the spirit center, do you have like the mediumship group? It's common, it is very common. This group meet each other, meet during the sleep, and they will do some exercises, they will do some missions. It depends, all depends, but it's common. And that's important. This is very important. You will meet spirits and spirits that are in tune with you. If you are at that kind of person, oh, I do my prayers, I pray the entire rosary before I go to bed, I do my prayers, I read the Bible, I read the gospel according to Spiritism, I read the small books we have. But if at the end your attitudes are not in synchronization with your reading, we have a problem, because you have the will to become a better person, but your attitudes is not helping you to become a better person. So you need to apply what you are reading, and this will tell, not me, but tell to the spirits who you want to meet. Of course, if you are not treating the people correctly, you are very arrogant, you are very stubborn, you are not open, you don't love, you don't share your feelings. Of course, you will be surrounded by spiritists. Well, but I'm reading the gospel. I'm doing it. Well, of course, great. Apply it. Apply it. It's like when you have drinking problems. It is very difficult because probably your friend's not gonna help you too much. You go to someone's house. Oh, do a drink. Oh, or stop smoking. It is another problem because every day, everywhere, people are smoking, offering you a smoke, and you are in a tough situation. And you are in a tough situation, don't you? So that's what happened with us because we are trying to do our best. We know what we have to do, but it's very difficult to practice it. And sometimes this practice comes as a test for us. I already said it here many times. If you pray to God to give you patience, He will not give you a kilo, 2 kilos of patience. He will give you opportunities in which you need to exercise your patience. So, if you put in your head, okay, I will change myself. I will become a better person. And I decided to read the gospel. I decided to practice the gospel. I know I will not be 100%, but at least I want to evolve like 1%. Great decision you have made. Beautiful decision. What's gonna happen from that moment going forward? You will be in situations in which you will need to exercise those lessons. You need to exercise the charity. You will need to exercise the patience. You need to exercise the love one another. You need to exercise the respect from the other's decision. You need to exercise the respect for someone limitations. See how is important. So it's not test, it's not someone penalizing you. How do you know if you have patience if you're not tested by patience? For example, for those who are with young babies, it's a test of patience because when they decide to cry, sometimes they cry all night. Luckily, I already passed this phase because my daughters are grown now, but it is difficult. It is very tough. And then you need to exercise your patience because it's your daughter, in my case, there. And you cannot say, oh, I don't want. And always you try to look for the turn off button and you don't find the turn off button. And they're crying, and you start the gas game. Oh, perhaps is hungry, you give the bottle, is still crying. Oh, perhaps the nappy, you change the nappy, is still crying. Oh, perhaps it is some pain, you give the medicine and still crying. It's a gas game, and with this you need to exercise your patience. See, that's how it works. That's how we need to evolve. We need to create these for ourselves. So let's move here. Then we can go 417. Can a number of incarnate spirits meet and gather in a group? Of course. As I said here, your mediumship group, your group of friends. So it's a group. So you can do it without any problem. Okay. Let's go to sub-item concealed transmission of thought. Uh, Question 419. Why is it that one same idea, such as discovery, for instance, sometimes occurs in different places simultaneously? Uh, for this, we needed to ask help from Plato. Plato, I am not a Plato expert, but Plato, what he said, we have the episteme and we have the doxa. Episteme, it is the real word, and we have the doxa, which is the belief or the opinion. And when we correlate with this, the transmission of thoughts, it happens. Sometimes we have one opinion, sometimes we have our doxa. We think this works like that. But in reality, when we go to episteme, it's different. How many times you think that something working differently, or you think in one way when you realize it was completely different way? How many times you misjudged someone? Oh, this person is so bossy, this person is, it's, I don't know, there is something I don't like in that person. And when you start to know better that person, you say, oh my god, wonderful person. I love the ideas, I love the way she speaks or he speaks. I love, and you find a beautiful connection. How many times? Or how many times you are right? You don't like that person, and the attitudes of that person just corroborates and say, wow, okay, keep away from that person because her attitudes, her feeling is not good as well. So it's up to you. So this is the correlation between these two words. This is how everything coordinates. We have a difference between what is happening in the real world and what is happening in the doxa world, which is my belief, what I imagine, what I have an idea how it is. Okay. So question 421. How can two completely awake people often have the same thought at precisely the same time? My friends, especially the ladies, you always have a friend. You you don't need to say anything. Just the way you look to your friend, she knows everything you want to say to her. Me, for example, this unfortunately this is not happening too often in nowadays, but my time when I was kid, my mom sometimes she don't even speak with me, not a single word. Just the way she looks at me, I knew everything she wants to say. And today, oh, please don't do it. No, my mom just looked at me, was like, oops, or I knew if she didn't like it. I knew if I'm in trouble. I knew when I get home, I will be in a very big trouble. I knew if I'm gonna be in timeout. Just the way she looked at me, and this is how two spirits are tuned. they are connected with each other. And I'm sure for you girls, boys is more, it happens, of course, but boys are more, they don't pay attention to this. But the girls, they love, no, you have your friends, and you just the way you look, you say, oh, you know everything. Okay, so now we go to coma, catalepsy, apparent death. And for those who want to know more about it, I recommend to you to read the Kardec books called Genesis chapter 17. Genesis chapter 17. Okay? Then he explains beautifully what's the coma, catalepsy, and apparent death. Okay? And question 423. During coma, can the spirit be completely separated from the body in such a way as to give the body all the appearances of death and then return to it? Okay, so when people are in coma, the body is not dead. The body is not dead. When you are in coma, your organs are still working. Your organs are still, your heart is beating, your lungs are breathing, no, but your body is not dead. So a spirit is free. It's like when you are sleeping, your spirit is free. That's why we know when we have these people who they call, okay, I hope you're okay. Just let me know if you have the sound. So and this person who is in coma and the person returns, uh they can understand everything. They describe what the doctor said, they describe what happened, they say a lot of things. Okay, so and Leah, oh my dear, she asked a very important question here. What about when the brain steam is dead? So when the brain steam is dead, uh, when the brain steam is dead, is a different story, my dear. Because usually not, don't take this as a rule, but usually when the brain is dead, the heart is just beating because it's organic function. That's why when someone say, oh, he's brain dead, in few days or in few hours, the body dies because the heart is still beating because an organ is just doing the biological function. Okay, so usually, I'm not saying this is happening all the time. When we have a brain death, it means the spirit are already disconnected from the body. Okay, Okay? Happy days. So, what's going on? What did I say right here? Kardec also gave a very good explanation here. Coma and catalepsy have the same principle, which is the temporary loss of sensitivity and movement due to a still unexplained unexplained psychological cause. They differ from each other in that, in the case of coma, the suspension of the vital forces is generalized and gives the body all the appearances of that. In catalepsy, this suspension is localized and it can affect a large or a smaller portion of the body, leaving the intelligence free to express itself. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, isn't it? And about sonambulism. Kardec tells about sonambulism a lot. What is the sonambulism? Uh, in sonambulism, the spirit has control of the body. I can see many times, like my daughter, for example, she we cannot say she's sonambulism, but she can talk. Like for example, I tell you a funny story. Last week, or week before, when we were on holidays, she spent all the time in the pool. She spent all the time in the pool. From the moment she awoke until the moment she went to bed, she was in the pool. And one of the days she was sleeping in a bunk bed. And in the middle of the night, my wife woke up and she was sitting in the corner of the bed, screaming, like playing, "Hey guys, this is my turn to jump. How you jump? Get out, guys, get out, get out. Oh, is the pool too deep? No, I will jump." So the spirit is there. The spirit is not away. This is an example of somnambulism. The spirit is there. See how it works. We have a movement in the body, when we have the spirit is there. Okay? So let's see here. Uh, that's the point how sonambulism works. Uh, Question 432. How do you explain the remote viewing abilities displayed by some sonambulism? Well, the spirit is a spirit. They can see, they can connect, they can do whatever they need to do. Again, what's the difference between coma, catalepsy, and sonambulism? Sonambulism, the spirit's there. Coma, catalepsy, the spirits are not there. It is still connected because it's not connected. The, the body died, okay? It's still connected, but the spirit is away from the physical body. In sonambulism, the spirit and the body are connected and they are there, and the spirit is there. Okay? Let's go here. Ecstasy trance. Do the souls of ecstatic really visit superior worlds? So ecstasy, it is that moment when I say, for example, when we watch these programs, you know, the the especially these religious shows in which looks like the person is possessed. They say, oh, they are with the Holy Spirit. This is an ecstasy. They they pray, they connect, they believe, and they are well connected. If the things are good, of course the spirit can visit superior worlds, be with superior spirits. If the connection is true, is clean, is with love, it is with compassion, this connection will help the person itself. Of course, in this moment of ecstasy trance, they are connected with those spirits, receiving good vibrations, receiving good instructions, receiving good help. It is there. See? Okay? So, and the opposite happens again at the same time. If your attention is not correct, you may enter in an ecstasy situation, but connect with completely wrong spirits. Completely wrong brothers and sisters who are still struggling to learn and walk in, into the path of evolution. That's the ecstasy. Uh, Second sight. Very good. This is good. Second sight. In India, when they have they used to have sometimes, usually most of the times, is a red dot here. They say, oh, this is my eye, my third eye. The second sight is called almost the same thing. It is connected here. Why is here? Because here is connected with the pineal gland. With the pineal gland, the science already proved is how we connect with the superior spirits. So second sight, it is, for example, those type of medium, they can see what's happening outside here. And why they can see? Because they are seeing with the spirit eye, with the soul eye, not with the physical eye. There was a spiritist in Brazil, Euripides Barçanufo. He did this brilliantly. He could help people. Like, for example, this is true. This story is true, guys. Uh, I think he was a teacher. He was teaching, and suddenly, sometime he stopped the class. He sit in the desk, and he went to help someone. But the body was there, but the spirit was not there. The spirit was helping someone somewhere far away from there. And this was proved because the guy came, oh, this is happening. Oh, no, Euripides helped us. But Euripides was in the classroom. So it happened. It still happened. And believe, guys, this does happen. Question 453. Are people endowed with second sight always aware of it? Sometimes not. Sometimes. Yes, depends of the people. Depends how they believe. I do believe, like in the other religions, Catholic, Protestant, they do have. They call this differently, but at the end, it is the second sight. It is the second sight. Like those fortune tellers, those who do the job properly, they see that. They can see. You know, they can see. like in Greece, I think it's in Greece, they have that at the bottom of the cup when you drink coffee. What's because they don't they drink coffee, and the dust of the coffee remaining at the bottom of the cup is there. They can look at and tell your future, but the person is actually sometimes seeing what they are telling you. But how they see with the physical eyes? No, they see with the spiritual eyes, with the soul eyes. Okay? Okay? Do you have any questions, my friends? Because in the theoretical outline of somnambulism, ecstasy, trance, and second sight is a beautiful, beautiful essay from Kardec, and I strongly recommend you to read it. It's Kardec telling more about it. And this is why, as I said to you, there is not much to say here, to talk about, if we give like one live for each topic. Okay? So, for this reason, next week we will start the chapter 9, and we go from question 456. So next Thursday is question 456. Okay, I hope you are okay. Uh, I hope everybody okay, and you understood. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, meanwhile, I will wait a little bit because we still have time. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions, or I went too fast, or if you have some questions or some topic you would like me to cover. Let me know, please. Leah, it's a pleasure to see you. I missed you. I know sometimes you are just watching, don't write anything, but when I see you, it's good to talk to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. So I have no questions here. Let's do our final prayer. So once again, let's connect ourselves with the superior spirits, ask them to enlighten ourselves, to enlighten our family. Let's pray for our family today. Every single one, special those one in which we don't have too much connection. Let's send them good vibrations. Ask for Jesus the opportunity to talk with these people, this person, and somehow help both of us evolve, become a better person. So be it. Amen. Lou, Lou saying here, my sister used to speak different languages while sleeping when she was a child. Yeah, my dear, it's very common. Why this happened? It happened because your spirit, you have many lives, not because you are in Brazil speaking Portuguese. Perhaps previous life you were in Paris speaking French, you were in Russia speaking Russian, you were in some country in Africa speaking the local language. And this is kind of stored, and the spirit has access to it. We don't remember now because our brain is limited. We just remember and we just use things it's useful for us in this incarnation. What is not useful for us in this incarnation, they keep storage in a separate hard drive. But the spirits can access that time we can speak. It's perfectly understandable. Okay? Um, we can see. I know. I don't know the person, but speaking Irish is very challenge. It's very is a different language. Is difficult, uh, but I knew I saw a Brazilian girl. Uh, she's used to speak Irish better than the Irish people here, and she doesn't know why. She did a test. She has diplomas and everything. They granted to her, like she got an Irish passport just because she that this is one of the laws here. You can have an Irish passport if you speak the language, and she fly. They did many tests with her, and she speak Irish very fluently, like a local people. This happened, and she never learned Irish, by the way. Okay, so I wish you all a good night. Thank you for everything, and I see you next week. Okay, thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.